We're about to see the biggest wealth divide in human history. Not between those who have money and those who don't, between those who can leverage AI and those who can't. And almost nobody is talking about it. In 5 years, the world will be split into two groups. The people who learned to use AI to multiply their capabilities, and the people who didn't. The gap between them will be unlike anything we've seen before. Hey, if we haven't met, I'm the digital avatar of Julia McCoy. Julia reads every comment, so share your thoughts below. What I'm about to share isn't a prediction, it's already happening. The divide is forming right now, and where you end up depends on decisions you're making today. Let's get into it. Let's start with how inequality has worked historically. The old rich versus poor divide was about capital. If you had money, you could invest it and make more money. If you didn't, you worked for wages. The more capital you had, the more leverage you had. A factory owner could employ hundreds of workers. Their output generated his wealth. Capital multiplied effort. Education became a partial equalizer. If you could get credentials, you could access higher wage positions. Not as good as owning capital, but better than manual labor. This was the world we grew up in. Work hard, get educated, get a good job. If you're lucky or clever, accumulate enough to invest. Maybe eventually have capital working for you. It wasn't fair, but it was predictable. We understood the game. AI breaks this entire model. Here's what's different about AI. AI isn't capital in the traditional sense. You don't need millions of dollars to access it. ChatGPT costs $20 a month. Claude costs $20 a month. Many tools are free, but here's the catch. The value you get from AI depends entirely on your ability to use it. Two people can have the exact same tools. One uses AI to 10x their productivity. They produce more, earn more, build more. The other uses AI to write slightly better emails. The tool is the same. The leverage is completely different. This creates a new kind of divide, not between those with access to tools and those without, between those who can effectively leverage tools and those who can't. And this divide is growing faster than any wealth divide in history. Think about it. If you can use AI to 10x your output, you're effectively 10 people. Your competition, who can't leverage AI, is still one person. In any competitive market, for jobs, for clients, for opportunities, who wins? Now multiply this across years. The AI leveraged person compounds their advantages. More output means more experience, means better AI usage, means even more output. The non-AI leveraged person falls further behind every single day. Let me show you how brutal the compounding effect is. Year 1, the AI leveraged person is maybe 2x more productive. Noticeable, but not catastrophic. Year 2, they've learned more, built better systems, refined their approach. Now they're 5x more productive. The gap is now significant. Year 3, they're 10x more productive. They've automated entire workflows. They understand how to combine AI tools in sophisticated ways. They're operating at a level the non-AI person can't even understand. Now here's the economic reality. If you're 10x more productive than your competition, you don't just get paid 10x more. In many fields, you capture the entire market. Because why would anyone hire a 1x person when they can hire a 10x person for even 2x the price? This is winner-take-all economics. And AI is creating winner-take-all dynamics in fields that used to have room for everyone. Used to be a mediocre copywriter could make a decent living. There was enough work for everyone. Now, the AI leveraged copywriter can handle the work of 10 mediocre copywriters. What happens to the other 9? So who ends up on each side of this divide? It's not about age. I know 60-year-olds who fully embraced AI and 22-year-olds who refuse to engage with it. It's not about education. Some of the most leveraged people I know don't have college degrees. Some of the least leveraged have PhDs. It's not even really about technical skill. The tools have become so accessible that technical ability matters less than mindset. Here's what actually determines which side you end up on. Curiosity. Are you genuinely curious about what these tools can do, or do you dismiss them as hype? Willingness to feel stupid. Learning AI means feeling incompetent for a while. Your prompts don't work. Your outputs are garbage. It's frustrating. Can you push through that? Bias toward action. Do you actually try things, or do you just read about them and think that's interesting? Systems thinking. Can you see how different tools connect? How workflows can be automated, how processes can be redesigned, adaptability. AI tools change constantly. What worked last month doesn't work this month. Can you continuously relearn? The people who end up on the leverage side aren't necessarily smarter or more talented. They're more adaptive. They're faster learners. They're more willing to engage with things that feel uncomfortable. Let me zoom out for a second and talk about what this means for society. We're going to see a new kind of unemployable. People who aren't stupid, aren't lazy, aren't lacking skills by traditional standards, but who can't compete with AI leveraged workers. What do you do with a competent accountant who simply cannot match the output of an accountant using AI effectively? They're not bad at their job. Their job just became impossible to do competitively. We're going to see geographic disruption. The AI leveraged worker in rural Nebraska can compete with anyone in New York. Location premiums disappear. Big city costs. Without big city premiums, we're going to see credential collapse. When outputs matter more than credentials, what's the point of expensive degrees? The self-taught AI expert outperforms the business school graduate, and we're going to see anger, a lot of it. People who did everything right, got educated, worked hard, followed the rules, suddenly finding themselves on the wrong side of a divide they didn't see coming. This is going to be politically explosive, and it's going to happen faster than our institutions can respond. So what do you do? First, start now. Not tomorrow, not next month, today. The divide is forming now. Every day you wait, the gap widens. Second, make AI usage a daily habit, not an occasional thing you try when you're bored. A core part of how you work every single day. Third, go deep. Surface level usage won't cut it. You need to understand prompting strategies. Workflow automation, how to combine tools. This is a skill stack that requires real investment. Fourth, join communities. The people who are figuring this out are sharing what they learn. Find them, learn from them, contribute back. Fifth, apply it to high-value work. Using AI to write shopping lists is cute. Using AI to 10x your professional output changes your life. Focus on leverage in your actual work. Sixth, teach others. The more people on the leverage side, the better for everyone. Don't hoard knowledge, spread it. This is the dividing line of our generation, not Democrats versus Republicans, not rich versus poor in the traditional sense. AI leveraged versus non-leveraged. Where you end up is still your choice. The tools are accessible, the knowledge is available, the path is clear, but the window is closing, the divide compounds. And eventually, the gap becomes too large to cross. Hit subscribe so I can keep sharing how to stay on the right side of this divide. And tell me in the comments, what's your AI leverage strategy? The future belongs to those brave enough to be first movers. Let's make sure that's you. See you down the next rabbit hole.